Hey, what's up, guys? The deck that finished number 2 in the world has got every pro complaining about it, saying that it practically plays itself and that it's not fair. By dropping Giant with Hero Mini Pekka, things like Pekkas or Inferno Dragons that might melt the entire push get knocked to the other side. Your Dagger Duchess and Mega Minion can cost-effectively clean them up. Well, the Mini Pekka slashes down towers and important units because nothing's able to distract it when you've got the splash damage from Bomber, Dark Prince, Rage, and Zap. And you can't defend the Giant Mini Pekka with high-cost cards because they get thrown away. And you're not able to defend with cheap cards because they get incinerated by splash damage. There aren't many options in the game to stop this deck's slimy pushes. Let's assert dominance and give our opponents Giant pain with the rank 2 deck in the world. And Giant love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make the hyper videos possible. This deck is universally regarded as the best easy deck in the game. There's a lot of higher skill decks that are running Cycle, and there's also a whole bunch of easy decks, but this one comes out on top as the best deck to play if you don't want to be using your brain. This guy's got archers. It's probably going to be an Expo deck. And if we're matching it at Expo, I don't want to cycle our Giant in the back or Mini Pekka. I'm going to wait for an opportunity to pounce on him when he's down Elixir or he's in a bad stance. I guess I can go Giant now because his Tesla's already out of cycle and the archer on the other side is going to die. And heck, I could just Fireball in the Tesla to eviscerate it. Maybe even going for a Rage if he's going to go and cycle Skeletons or something nearby. Oh, I'm zapping for sure. I think the Mega Man's going to swipe away the archers and lock onto the tower. This is crazy. Look at how much damage I'm up, guys. He has to Expo me right now. He's already triggered. And that's why we like playing this deck, because if we get good opportunities, we will punish opponents and gotta take the damage we can get, you know? With this type of strat, a lot of times opponents are just gonna cower in fear and cycle stuff incorrectly, and then you just punish them. So I'm gonna go for a Dark Prince and a Bomber just so I can splash and also have that shield, so he's less likely to do something scary to me. And I can somehow, fortunately, flop a Giant in front of that, going for a Rage, so I'm able to keep the Bomber alive and then also have the splash damage to clean up Skeletons, make sure that we're able to shut down the Expo, and put him in a perilous position. He's not happy with it. He thought for sure if he logged, he would finesse us, but I'm not going to let that happen to me. I also have Mega Minion, so we're probably going to force a Tesla. If I go Mega Minion Dark Prince, I don't think he really wants to Fireball that. So I'm going to see if this works. It should be good. I'm going to see if we can maybe go in for a Zap on the Evolved Archers, ideally. All right, so the Evo Zap was a bit risky. I could have, you know, maybe clipped the archers and cycled it. I don't know. Yeah, I should have just hit the archers and not the Expo. Or maybe I could have clipped both if I was a bit slower with it and placed in the perfect spot. But I don't know. This guy's kind of pissed off at me right now. I don't know. It's looking like a good spot for us for sure. I bet you he tries the Expo in this lane because it's not going to be in the side that we're going to try to counter push in. So we're going to try to cycle our Mini Pekka in the lane that we're going to drop our Giant to body block, and then I'll Mega Minion. This is fat Fireball value for us if we hit the archers, and it's also fat Fireball value for him. So I think we're good raging this up, maybe clicking the Mini Pekka ability if it's closer to the tower, and then I'm also going to Evo Bomber onto the Knight, and we'll maybe even hit archers. Could have been better if we were able to hit multiple shots on the archers, but it's still no big deal. He's still triggered regardless, guys. He's saying good luck. Oh, you know, when we get an Expo player to say good luck, that's how you know we're in there. We're in his mind. We're in his brain. We're causing some pain. I'm gonna go Dark Prince as well, and then I could Zap. I just don't rather play a little bit more aggressive with cards like Fireball and cycle the right things instead of cycling stuff that's stupid. All right, so I'm gonna Mini Pekka ability when it's near the tower. I'm gonna guarantee that I get a way better trade with a +5 ability, and then I'm also gonna get a Dark Prince down. I think the Mini Pekka takes the tower. Fortunately for us, his Expo retargeted off of our Mini Pekka and gave us the position of finishing him off faster. Screw Expo decks, and this guy is still saying good luck at the end of the game. All right, top 800 player here, so hopefully we can get in our groove and wreck this man. Our strat here is a little bit simple. First off, we're going to make sure that we can go for Bomber in the back, and I think that's just a good decision for us because we're able to kite units into the Bomber and use both of the Dagger Duchesses. He wasted 2 Elixir essentially, and that's a Little Prince plus a Berserker. So it's probably going to be a fast cycle deck. Don't necessarily know what it's going to be. I'm going to throw down a Fireball. Hopefully we're going to be able to hit the Guardian too. Beautiful. And I'm going to Rage this because it's going to do a lot more damage with the Giant going full speed at the tower. So he's going to have Electro Spirit. Honestly, I think I'm chill. I don't have to spend anything else. We'll let the Bomber just do its thing and then maybe go for a Dark Prince and get that thing rolling. Fast motion right at our opponent's face. I'm also going to go for a Zap so we can reset the Ram Rider. I think it's still going to get a connection, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter that much to me if we're currently up a bunch and we have a Dark Prince counter pushing. The opponent is in a desolate spot. He's looking at himself and he's like, wait, this game sucks. Why do I have to respond to a Dark Prince with a Berserker? Card cycle is not what he wants to see whatsoever. And if I can go for a Bomber in the back, I can just wait and see what he's going to do. If he spams in the other side, I can go and kite. Oh, that's a Mega Knight. That is so much better for me that we can fight on our side of the arena. If I'm able to pounce on that with a Hero Mini Pekka, connect with a lot of shots, we're going to be able to build up a big push. The main thing about the Mini Pekka is fighting on your side of the arena, at least from my aspect of playing Clash Royale for as long as I have with the new cards. The Hero Mini Pekka just eats things alive. When it's at higher levels, it's insane. And I want to get the maximum level benefit here. Hopefully the Little Prince walks up a little bit, and if that happens, we're going to get a better trade. I'm also going to sauce in a Fireball here. I want to get a little bit of a level up. It's a little silly to cycle it early, but it kind of has to be done. Oh, he's got the jukes. That was well played. That was a dangerous Ram Rider too, because if he messed that up, he would have lost it to the Mini Pack and then probably lost the game. So genuinely super surprised that he played it that well, but I mean, sometimes top 800 players pop off, so it is what it is. We're going to go for a Giant here, let that thing just stay alive, and then Bomber directly on top of it. I think we're balling then. Oh, wait. This is definitely a Mini Pekka for us. We got to cycle the Mini Pekka right now if we're going to have any shot of getting a good interaction. Good Fireball and all this junk. I think it's just better for us to chill a little bit and get everything to reset. I can't imagine anything going poorly for us if we just evolve Zap here, so let's go and send that, and then also go in for our Mega Minion, and then also a Bomber. So this is a lot of elixir spent, but it's well worth it if we win the bridge battle and then chuck a Giant at our opponent. Because if we have the Bomber and Mega Minion counter pushing and we're up damage right now, if he Mega Nuts, the Mega Nuts is going to get knocked to the other side. He'll probably try to do some shenanigans with that, and that's what I expected. So I actually surprised that he dropped in the back, but I shouldn't be. These players are really damn good sometimes. So I'm going to try to just Mini Pekka here and then Fireball if he drops more stuff, which he probably will. Anyway, great Fireball, so we got him to drop something that he didn't want to. Little Prince at the bridge. Little Prince is going to kill our Bomber, though. Little Prince needs to walk up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we can zap to reset it, so then we get another bit of shots. Oh, damn, dude. He's going to Ram Rider me. That's not good. It's going to get a connection for sure, especially if he snowballs. That sucks. This guy's playing so damn well. And that's what happens when you match into some of the better players in Clash. They don't really give you as much room. I bet you he's going to Mega Knight, so I want for that to go down now on the Mini Pekka. And then I'm going to try to go in for the Bomber. Then I'm also going to click the ability so we can knock the Berserker or the Mega Knight to the other side. And I think I just win the game off that. That's the dangerous thing about playing against this deck. If you've got a Pekka or a Mega Knight and it's bound to like get knocked to the other side, you're wasting 7 elixir. Even if you're one of the best players in the world, it's straight up impossible to defend if you don't have the recipe to resist our spam. And Mega Knight is definitely not one of those ingredients to stop Giant plus Mini Pekka. All right, so this guy is part of Hard Counter Royale, and he's got a 21 in the banner, so he's definitely going to be a solid Sir. You guys know what's up. If we're going to hard counter him, hopefully he's just going to get ragey and leave the game.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm fine.
I'm going to zap on the tower because we got rage as well, so it's not that big of a deal. If I allocate a small spell and then the opponent spams into me, it's fine. I don't really want to be dropping a Hero Mini Pekka at the start or a Giant. I think those are the ways that you lose Clash Royale matches with this deck. At least in my experience, I don't want to be throwing together stuff that I definitely will be needing on defense or over allocating elixir. If I Rage and Fireball, then the Witch is not going to be able to kill the Dark Prince, and then we're going to force an extra response, so that's well worth it. It's a -1 trade, but if the Dark Prince gives us more value, then it's pretty damn good. Ah, talking about value, this man must be mystified how that connected to the tower. I don't have an answer for that, but he also didn't have an answer as well, so, you know, we're chilling. I can go for Bomber in the back, and I don't really love this, but I want a Mini Pekka here and try to go in for dual lane pressure if possible. I think I go Dark Prince here to just keep the Bomber alive, and then I want to chuck a Giant at him. I mean, the difficulty here for him is he has to defend a Dark Prince and also Hero Giant push, and he doesn't have Royal Recruits and Cycle, so this is where we want to be. I'm going to throw down a Rage maybe so we can allocate more elixir on offense here with the Zap. Dude, this is diabolical. If he can't click the ability in time, he just straight loses. He's dead. He can't stop me. Oh my gosh, he's going to pull it so it gets a one-shot too. That Fisherman was useless. And he gets whacked on the King Tower twice. Oh man, 2 shots on the Fisherman and on the King Tower. Yeah, no, he's absolutely incinerated. There's nothing he can do for the rest of the time. He's just going to be waiting it out. All right, so it's not exactly over just yet, but it should be pretty darn close. I know for a fact that as long as we do defend, it gets exponentially easier the game gets. Because if all we have to do is use splash damage against Royal Recruits and Witch, it's pretty damn easy. However, if we are trying to bash our head into a wall of Evolved Witch and Royal Recruits, and then, you know, we don't get him to have something out of cycle, it's harder to take the tower. So I would recommend you guys try to play defense and then offense when the recruits are out of cycle. More importantly, that's where you're going to get maximum value. And that's what you saw for us as well. All I have to do is stop this last Royal Recruits push. I think we're going to go in for a Fireball and a Zap here just to be able to kill that a little quicker, and then just go in for a Mega Minion on the other side. We're 100% chilling. Very easy defense on both sides. I'm going to get the Dark Prince down here and then also Bomber and then just Rage for good measure. It was more important for us to defend on the right side because the left side wasn't going to lose the tower. So I could have zapped as well on the Royal Recruit. It was surprising that the guy had Lightning, but even if he did take it, he was super screwed on his low health tower. All right, top 500 player here. Let's lock in. Hopefully we can get a good matchup here. I'm going to go for Rage on the left side just to try to get some little cheeky chip damage. I also have Dark Prince. I don't really love cycling this, but it's way better to get momentum and forcing people to cycle stuff because late game, if you're having Dagger Duchess, it gets easily overwhelmed. The more units in the arena, the less ammo that you're going to have. And it's just bad if you scale in the late game and you don't cycle cards. Anyway, I can confidently say this is going to be a graveyard deck. We see Spear Goblins and we see Giant Skeletons, so there really aren't too many different capabilities for this guy. Wait. No, it's not graveyard. It's actually not graveyard. He has momentum. He's got motion. Man is packing something different. I literally have to mini pack it here. This kind of sucks. Fine, I guess I'm going to rage this up and get some extra damage. And then, I mean, maybe the mini pack just eats him. You know, if I go zap, my mini pack attacks faster and then I can click the ability. So we have a lot of damage potential. I don't know how many hits. I hope 2 if we're lucky. Just 1. It is what it is. So sometimes against top level players, you're not going to get every bit of damage that you'd want or get against lower level players. Like this guy is worse at the game. I can almost certainly guarantee you that interaction would have ended up way more in our favor. He's also going to get a piggy. Very fast reflexes to be able to do that and just take that opportunity to guarantee a little bit more damage. And I mean, I respect it. I respect it. The difficulty here is going to be breaking through a Giant Skeleton. I guess we could knock it to the other side with the Giant Hero ability, but it's not like the Mega Knight where you guys saw earlier. The Mega Knight is something that we really want to knock to the other side. Sometimes we got to just kill the Giant Skeleton. And I think with the Hero Mini Pack, that's going to be our best bet. I don't know. Maybe we could get a little bit lower health and then work with that way. I don't know. Yeah. No, we could do that and just make sure that it dies to the other side and then doesn't have a bomb anywhere valuable. I think that might be the play. So we're going to rage this and then... Oh, I messed it up. I was kind of hoping that we would get the hit. And I just kind of fumbled that. It happens. It'd be that way sometimes. I guess I'm going to go for a zap so we're able to guarantee get the connection on the mini Pekka. Even if he clicks the ability, I don't think it would have been worth it because we had a lot of other stuff too. Definitely have to whip out the fireball here for some damage. Come on now, give it to me. Oh, dude's got Royal Giant. Wait, this is really good. Royal Giant Skeleton is not like the best thing in the world for us because obviously, like if you think about it pragmatically, we don't have a building. So he's guaranteed to get damage. It's mad annoying. But at the same time, we have momentum here. We got Giant Skeleton kind of like not in the worst spot for us. We can chuck this mini Pekka to the other side, have our Dark Prince potentially hit the tower. If we just get a little bit of damage, a little bit of love, that's all we need. Oh my gosh, this is it. We have it. We have it. He's going to maybe click the ability and be annoying, but I hope he's so preoccupied by the... No, he's not preoccupied at all. He's sending it. He's sending it. All right, we can mini Pekka directly on top. I'd rather Dark Prince and mini Pekka. I'm going to send everything I got. I just don't trust this man. No rest for the wicked out here. Yeah, this is rough. If I don't like Giant and just body block, I could lose the game. So I'm just going to soak it up. Doesn't matter. No shenanigans here. Just stealing the W against the top 500 player. If all you got to do is stop the spam for the last couple seconds, sloppily slap down your thick boy and watch as your Giant gives you the W. Hey, another top level player in the banner. This guy, I think I recognize him, honestly. I think I've played against him a couple times for videos. Definitely when I've been pushing to the top of the world, this is someone that I faced off many times before. I'm going to go for a mini Pekka in the back on the same side as that Ghost. And usually when we're playing against good players and they got Ghost, it's likely going to be a Royal Giant deck. But I think this guy was playing like Royal Hogs or something last time I checked. Or last time I played against him. I think I cheesed him with something really dumb when I played against him last video. Anyway, we're going to go for a Rage here. And maybe we have motion where we're going to be able to go for a Zap. And then hopefully just keep the mini Pekka alive. Because obviously that's how Clash Royale works. Look at that. Y'all saw that crap, right? It's cracked. It's cracked. All right. Also, if I go Bomber, I can still get to a mini Pekka and then we have more motion. Why not cycle the most broken things in the business instead of going in for cards that won't do anything for us? Also, yeah, I'm going to keep that mini Pekka alive. I'm going to be torturing this dude. He's going to be demoralized and dumpstered by our dumb stuff. Like I can mini Pekka ability again in his face and he can't kill it. He might just lose. This is a top ladder player. Yet again, guys, we're keeping the mini Pekka alive, and that's the difference between someone that doesn't know how to play the deck and someone that does. They just extract more value out of one of the most broken cards in existence. Yeah, the Hero Mini Pekka got its health buff nerfed, right? When it ends up healing, I think it used to heal like 40% of damage taken, and now it heals 30%. It's still stupid. Like, you shouldn't be able to get a stats buff and then 30% of heal. Those core mechanics are just really bad for the game. And I think that it allows terrible players to triumph in situations where they should suck and lose. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. There's a lot of bad players that beat me with hero mini pekka. I'm just like, yo, you have no business beating me. Stay in your lane and start losing more games. Come on now. That's I'm sorry guys. I'm being a little salty here, but I think it's the truth. You know, I gotta say what I feel sometimes. Anyway, we are gonna lose the tower here. This guy played really well to take that, and genuinely he does deserve it. Well played on that end, brother man. I also honestly think if we just go for a Dark Prince and a Mega Minion, we're chill. It's a lot of elixir spent on his end. And, you know, I do think that Archer Queen is the best champion of the game. Out of all the champs, I think that Archer Queen and Boss Bandit are top 1 and 2. And I think that Archer Queen is the most annoying because if you don't have lightning, that thing just stays alive forever. He played really well to get back in this game, but he doesn't have guards and cycles, so I'm going to take advantage of that and see what we can do to this dude. People were able to dumpster him and make him a sad sir. It's a weird snowball. I don't know. I don't really vibe with that, honestly. I think that was a misplay on his end. I'm going to go Mega Minion. I kind of expected him to go and spam a lot of stuff and probably Mega Nut on us soon. I just assume that you kind of have to Mega Nut. If you're playing this deck correctly, you got to Mega Nut. He's going to Mega Nut soon, eventually, right? Yo, where's the Mega Nut, bro? Where are we going to mini peck on that when eventually happens? Or I guess not. Seriously, really well played on this. Hey, I guess sometimes good players just find their way back to the game when I don't expect it. Okay. I think we're going to go in for a Giant just to soak up our mini pekka shots. I don't want that thing to die. In fact, he's got poison is annoying already. Then we're just going to Rage Zap and then maybe go in for a Dark Prince. I think we're able to kill that Archer Queen. Great. Now he's going to Mega Knight, so we're going to click the ability early. Maybe. I don't even know. Where's the Mega Nut? All right, there it is. Oh, there it is. We didn't even get the shot. That sucks. Is he going to try to poison cycle me the rest of the game? Like, come on now. Don't do that to me, bro. I thought we had some camaraderie out here. All right, we're going to go Giant, and then I can just mini peck on his stuff when the Archer Queen targets onto the Giant, because the Giant's just a thick boy. We don't really care that much about it. Oh, Evo Ghost is so annoying. Stop it, brother man. I don't like it. I actually really dislike the fact that he has guards. It makes this game 10 times more challenging. Significantly more so. All right, we're going to rage it up, clean that up. Ghost needs to die. Ghost needs to die. Great. Sick stuff for us. Honestly, screw it. We ball. Let's just send it a little bit. Let's have a little fun. Let's have some fun. I wonder if the Mega Minion swipes onto the tower. If it does, we could just win. Unfortunately, he gets stuff down and we get nothing, so that sucks. But I can maybe bomber on this if we're not super unlucky. We should be able to get a shot or two. Yeah, that's some damage. That's decent. We got a shot. A sight. All right, Ram Rider here. Sick, bro. I love it. I love it. Going for the 3 crown. I respect the hustle. I'm going to zap, and then I think we're good. I mean, no damage, right? And then I can click the mini pack ability, so then we're able to have a little bit more motion and chaos, and our Giant push is getting delayed a lot longer. Bro, I can whip out a second Giant. I can whip out the second coming of Giants. All right, so yeah, we're going to send it. He doesn't have the Mega Knight evolution, so it's going to be tough for him to defend, honestly. I just need to rage this, zap, try to get some more damage. If we have motion with that, the Dark Prince is on the tower. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I'm going to fireball your butt. Yo, that Archer Queen is reeking of desperation for real. And now I can seal the deal as long as I'm able to defend this. I'm just going to mini pekka, and we win. So fireball, evolve zap, takes the W. I'm not going to stress about it. We're just going to send it and eventually collect our win. This is a very good player, and I had to play well to win that. Despite him having, you know, Mega Knight, the one downside is if you match into someone with guards, it does take a while to beat them down. At least if you're spamming into solid players like this guy that was able to finish 750 in the world, so I couldn't just steamroll him. Give a giant punch to the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.